I'm Mr. Chef Rahman. A lot of the people who watch my videos have been asking me to make a dessert, and I'm going to show you the quickest and simplest way of making apple crumble, which will take you no more than half an hour. Everything here is all you need. I'm going to use 3 apples. This will serve 2 people. I've got ground almonds here. If you don't have ground almonds, don't worry, you can just use plain flour. And then I've got some butter here and caster sugar. And the tools I need is chopping board, a knife, plastic bowl to mix everything, and then I've got my non-stick pan. So the first thing you need to do is to make the crumble. I'm not using any measurements because I want this to be quick and simple. So I put my ground almonds. For you guys, I would say about 50 grams, okay? And then about 250 grams of plain flour goes in like that. And then you add about 80 grams of caster sugar. And you want to mix this all up. Mix with your hands. Once that's mixed in, I'm going to get that's about 50 grams of butter in my pan there, and I'm going to melt that. So I'm literally just melting it, I'm not Benoisetting or anything. So you can see my butter's melted now. I'm going to pour that on top of my flour mixture. So pour that in. Keep your pan, don't need to wash it yet. And now start mixing with your hand. Be careful, that butter is going to be hot, so you don't want to burn your fingers. So now you mix this till eventually it becomes like a crumble. You see the lumps forming. I prefer bigger lumps because I like big chewy crunchy bits. So you make big chunks like that. Once you have your crumble mixture, just put that on top of a pan like this and just heat it under a grill, stirring every now and then till it becomes crumbly. So while you've got the crumble cooking in the grill, I'm going to start cutting up the apples and cook it in a bit of sugar and butter, just caramelizing it. So when you peel the apples, you need to be quick, otherwise they start browning, as you can see. So you cut them into quarters, get rid of the core. If you've got a corer, that will be much more handy. And then cut those quarters into half, like that. This is such a simple way of making apple crumble. Effortless, hardly takes any time. That's the main thing, because usually you're waiting for hours for your crumble to cook in the oven. And I can guarantee you that anyone who tries it will love it, unless they don't like apples. So all you simply have to do, get your apples on another pan, sprinkle sugar, you have to coat it, spoon of butter, literally like that. Now we're going to get this on the fire till it starts caramelizing. So look, you see now the butter and sugar is starting to bubble. You've got a bit of the water coming out of the apples. You don't want it to coach in that water, so you turn up the heat real high and just stir it around a little bit. I've added 1 cardamon, and there's 1 stick of cinnamon somewhere in there, and I've added a tiny little bit of vanilla essence just to enhance the flavours of the apples a bit. You see how the apples are starting to caramelize now? Just stir the pan around and just make sure it gets all evenly caramelized. Okay, I'm getting all that nice aroma coming out of the apples. You can see the caramelization going. I would say right now it's ready to come out of the pan. So we're going to drain that so all that butter can go out of it. And then check on our crumble, which I've been stirring every now and then. And it's starting to pick up a bit of colour, but it needs a bit longer. So now the apples are ready and the crumble's halfway ready. I'm going to tip the juices that came out of the apple and the butter on top of the crumble to help moisten it a bit more. Then I'm going to drain my apples there. The apples are ready to go. Let's grab that one back. Show all that caramel on top of there. Stir this a bit more and put it under the heat, and it's almost there. So simply, you just want to divide these apples into 2 bowls. Obviously a bigger one for the missus. And then spoon your crumble on top. The good thing about this is, some people prefer more crumble and less apple, and some people prefer more apple and less crumble. I prefer more crumble. And I prefer these bigger chunky bits, so my one will get nice big chunky bits. And any leftovers, you can keep it for next time. You could try a different kind of crumble with different dishes, or even just chuck it on top of another dessert. And then, just have some custard ready. Put it around the bowl. There you have it, the simplest apple crumble you would ever make, and I can guarantee you, your guests or whoever tries it will love it. Thank you guys for watching. Please show your support by subscribing to my YouTube channel and liking my videos, and I hope you enjoy trying out more recipes. Bye bye.